Right, so if you're going to have meetings with your coaches, especially in college, because that's literally what they're 100% there for, you want to sit down and make sure that you have, I usually tell people to have weekly meetings, not just to say that you have a weekly meeting, because that's just about as useless it is as a grown-up to have weekly meetings in your business if there's no real purpose. So get clear on what the purpose of the meeting is. The purpose for the meeting is to understand where you are in relationship to where you should be growing, or as a part of the team, or as where the coach wants you to be, or where your individual coach or position coach expects you to be, and to restate expectations so that you understand like how you're doing. Are you progressing? What do you need to do to make yourself better? What could you do to make yourself better? Understand what the key performance indicators are, and then manage those things on a day-to-day basis, because that's how you get better. Growing into the best possible student athlete you can be is mostly about getting cooperation with your coach and working in collaboration with your coach and the other coaches to make sure you keep progressing. That happens through habits, that happens through those key performance indicators. So an example of what that means, instead of me just keep using the word, is a key performance indicator might be, let's say it's basketball, and your rebounds per game is a direct reflection of, if you're somebody who's, let's say, maybe that's really the main purpose for you on the team, is to get the rebounds. So it's like, all right, is it offensive rebounds or defensive rebounds? Or is it the number of rebounds that you get, or the number of opportunities for rebounds you get and the percentage that you convert on that? So like getting clear, the more specific you can get, the more clarity you can have. The other thing is, what plays into you getting rebounds? Like, is there something you can do in practice? Because if you just go by game, that's not that often. But if you go by every day, practice by practice, what can you do in practice that's going to give you a better opportunity to be better, to accomplish whatever it is that's your key performance indicator in the game? So if for rebounds, maybe it's maybe it's a particular drill that you do in practice, or it's a mindset that you have in practice. I'm going to go for every ball, or I'm going to box everybody out, or whatever it is, like specific to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And then coming back to the table with your coach and having them help you with accountability. And then also, it's not just you who's going to be helped with accountability, but you're going to help your coach by being more proactively coachable. Your coach can coach you more the more that you're willing to get that feedback. The thing is, when it's a collaboration, it's a conversation, which means it's not just somebody having a dialogue with a student athlete, more like, a military situation where you're the soldier, but you're also a little bit, you're not the general, but you're involved with making the decisions as well. And a smart person or a smart tool that's interactive is going to be much more effective most of the time than the person who is just a robot, just going and executing, which executing is important, and you want to make sure that you take the steps every day to do that. But the most important thing is to find out what the most important thing is from your coach that they want you working on, so you can get better at that. The thing is, with so many teams and so many student athletes, they don't have an opportunity to really get clear on what it is that they want from that student athlete, and it might change game by game, or season by season, or it might even change practice by practice for some things. So getting clear on what they want you to do, and then doing it, and then sitting back down to have that conversation afterwards to see if they're happy with where you're at, or what they thought you could have done better. And the better you get at understanding where you are, the more you can be effectively coached, and give your coach that opportunity to help you. And where a lot of people have a disconnect is the coach doesn't feel like they can help them, because either maybe it seems like they're standoffish, or maybe they think that they don't have as much, maybe they feel like they had a really great coach before they got to them, and they don't know whether or not they're up to par with the coaching you've already got. So they're kind of like, they're maybe more reclusive, or they keep to themselves more because they don't want to say something that's wrong, and to have you understand that, hey, look, they're not as qualified as maybe they should be.